Whew. All right, welcome everybody. Let me just open this up so I can see who is here. Who do we have? Let's find a chart that's... I kind of deleted everything off my chart. I'm going to redo some charting stuff today, and we'll get back to normal stuff. Where's my water? Hold on. Just turn the music down a little bit. All right, welcome everybody. I'm gonna sneeze again, for fuck's sake, every time. Yeah. So, I'm dying out here. Dying of hay fever still. It's crazy. Okay, we're good. Who's in the chat? Krasin, welcome. Eric, welcome. Jim, welcome. Jambi, welcome. April's White, welcome. Cons, welcome. How are you all doing today? Thought we'd have a little, end of bull market therapy session. It's not. It's obviously not the end of the bull market, but a little bit of just a catch up where we are on the charts, start to maybe chart up some new stuff, and we can just take it from there. So I'm going to do this as a create group of drawings. Let's make that bull thesis, just as an idea. And we're going to start fresh because basically what I do, if I've been invalidated on an idea that I've had for a while, then essentially something I always think is just really good practice to do in general. But especially on days like today, days like we've seen today, is just to step back, see where the market is, look at it from a fresh perspective, and just essentially take it from there. Like, what has been, it is done, it is over. I had some stop losses that were hit. It was some quite bad ones, but that's just trading within a range. That's what happens. So these were longs that have been taken around about that 60k area. And for myself, I mean, when you actually look at this, it was quite, in hindsight, really quite obvious. And we were still in that downtrend. And I think that's something that I did reiterate quite often, was we did remain in what was quite a heavy downtrend, and we did have essentially a slow bleed for the majority of this move down. Came back in, could not change market structure. Came back in once again, bare minimum. Okay, we did have that, what felt like it could be a bit of a capitulation last week on Monday, but in fact it wasn't. And then we just started the slow bleed again, which has led to a second capitulation. I'd say maybe the third capitulation, because we had the altcoin capitulation on somewhere around here. It was on a Tuesday, wasn't it? This one. That was the big altcoin capitulation. Then you had the slow bleed from everything, which then resulted in what was potentially the Bitcoin capitulation. And then today we've had the everything capitulation. So everything all together on today. So we've had like that triple hit for the bulls. And from a technical perspective, it was maybe more obvious than, well, actually, it was pretty obvious. Like, I mean, we'd been taking the shorts from here. It's just the typical thing that I have. And the problem that I have quite often is closing the short positions too early and not being hedged enough to cover any stop losses that were from this idea. So essentially, the longs that we had taken from this, although there was profit there, I still had some open and I wasn't hedged enough to basically protect that entire move. And subsequently, yeah, I posted this earlier. I posted this on Twitter. I had what was the second heavy day of heavy losses so far this cycle. The first one, I've spoken about this before, was on that like April 13th, when we had a big drop here, right? And that invalidated the idea that we were going to get some more continuation here. And then we've had this other invalidation down at the lows, where I was thinking we could just see the slow bleed that maybe gets that recovery up towards that 67 POC. But obviously didn't happen. We came up to 64, which was on a lot of exchanges the points of control on the chart. So when you actually zoom out, you did have that high volume node there. We had that 4-hour gap, which is what we had been talking about very, very often, rejected from there. Short positions have been taken from there. And I can share some of these as well. We even took some shorts like right down when we were at, where was it? I had this short here. It's not going to load. When we were at 60,600 was the last short I took. And this was on Trading Room when we came back into the monthly level, back tested that, bearish, retested that, and then got that continuation lower. So that was when we were down here somewhere. I'm looking for that continuation, but I didn't actually, once again, just took profit on it too quickly while still holding some long positions, and this is kind of what's happened. So yeah, just a little bit of zooming out. I mean, the low that we've put in, I think has a very, at this stage now, that it's one of those typical things, right? You try and long a range low and you trade the range, and the range had been playing out really well. And at some point, the range is going to break, and you end up with a situation like we've had today. But more often than not, it just starts running back after that. It's like, yeah, it's like deviation, and then starts going back. So I am feeling, I don't think that like this, I would be surprised if this just like V-shape back up. I think if we can just get a little bit of like consolidation around here, in fact, where this is right now could be a good position to potentially short again. But I think after what we've seen today, it tends to be that kind of thing. Like when I have these like drawdown days, and I think probably a lot of people within the market are thinking the same, the ones that feel really bad and the ones that hurt a lot of people, the market has this weird way of just somehow catches everybody at the same time. No matter like what your strategy is or what you're doing, unless you're like obviously short from down here, it has this tendency to just catch everybody at the same time. And it feels like today's that day. Like I've seen bullish posts when we had this breakdown being like, yeah, lows in, feeling confident about this, and still a lot of people feeling confident that we were going to get that reversal. Whereas today it's just the general consensus is fuck, it's all over, we're wrecked. And it was the biggest day of liquidations that we've had since FTX crash. And this has been the biggest drawdown that we've seen also since the FTX crash. So a lot of things lining up together. We are probably going to get this confirmation of bullish divergence here with a nice reversal candle today. And a close back essentially back inside the range is very much on the cards. But we take it level to level, as always, and we'll see what happens here. I don't think that we're looking at this just, I mean, it might just V-shape all the way back up again, in which case it's kind of frustrating because you take some losses and then it's like you don't really have that much of a chance to get back in, at least at lower prices. But if we can, yeah, range down here for a little bit. I feel pretty confident that the low is close at this stage. I'm very much like of the assumption that we didn't know exactly where the low would be, but one thing is for certain is that the high is not in. In my opinion, I think we're going significantly higher over the rest of the year, and I will continue to be positioned in that way. So one day of losses isn't going to deter me from my overall plan for this market. So yeah, we can spend today having a little bit of a look. I'm going to watch the football in a bit. I'll probably miss like the first 15 minutes or so of that, but if we're here for like 20 minutes, half an hour or something, then maybe I'll pop back on later. If anyone has any questions and stuff, then I am here. And yeah, I'm around in the Discord as always, and yeah, we'll just do that. So let's do some charting for a moment. I mean, it's quite clear where we are. So if we're looking at where the significant support is, okay, we have this big gap that is down to that 52, and I think on some exchanges we wicked more or less into that order block that's down here, very, very close. So if there is to be some consolidation and we have a couple of maybe SFPs of this local low coming into this order block testing this demand, I think that can set up for some really nice trades. Look, here's the other short position. This is why I remove stuff off of my charts, because I get reminded that I had this short that I'm not still holding anymore. And then I'm like, why did I not just hold it? Why did I not just hold it? There was no reason to close. There was no reason to close. I'm like, I literally shorted the top. And then I cry. But yeah, that's kind of the reason why nice to reset these charts and stuff sometimes as well. Anyway, smash the like button as well if you're here. Make sure you hit that like button and give that Taurus a sub. Need to make rent money. Oh wait, no, give me that Taurus sub. I need to make rent money. Yes. So because today's been pretty painful, right, for a lot of people, and again, I include myself in that. Like I wouldn't say I wasn't expecting it. I kind of was expecting this to break down. It looked terrible, but I just did that thing where I didn't really act on what I thought. I just yeah, I maybe got stuck in a little bit of a, I hope this does go a little bit higher because then I can make more profit from the long. It was that kind of thing. I think overall, when I actually think back at how I've been feeling for the past few weeks, I mean, I've done a lot of streams and I've been very, very bearish, but I'd still been taking long positions. Bit weird. But that's the psychology of the markets, does that to you sometimes, and no one is immune from that, no matter who you are ever. Nobody is immune from that emotional kind of stuff within the market, especially when you're looking at swing trades, because you want to get those big trades, right? And it feels like if you're shorting down here, it's not going to be a big trade. Whereas if you're long, it feels like it's going to be a bigger trade and you're going to make more money and blah, 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 blah. But anyway, yeah, because today has been like pretty painful for a lot of people. Where's the Discord? I have posted on the Discord here that I'm going to be opening up the crew just for anybody for a short amount of time, just to see how things go. Just I think it's nice to get an injection of new people within the community. The crypto as a whole is very, very quiet right now, and I know a lot of people. I've had quite a few DMs today that people are hurting from this move, and that makes me feel like 10 times worse, because I'm like, oh shit, like did I get it wrong? Did I say stuff that maybe caused other people to make decisions? And obviously, like, everybody's decision is always their own, and you've got to trade. You can't make decisions based off of what one guy on the internet says or what a few people on the internet says. You have to always make your own decisions. But what I think is that I could have done better. So because I've been in that frame of mind, like, I'm massively critical of myself. Like, even if I take losses, I don't care. I know I make them back and it's fine. But what I feel on days like today are when other people take bad losses, and then I feel like a fucking idiot. And like, could I have done anything better? So because of that, yeah, I'm opening up the crew for a very limited time, and it's just going to be on a like case-by-case basis. We want people who are going to be active, sharing ideas, even if you just want to talk to other people in the community about like maybe mistakes you've made. Like, we're always there to ask questions and stuff. Drop me a DM on the Discord if you're there. The Discord is currently locked because of bots. But I can make a new invite link. Can I? Temporary one? Or just hit me up on Twitter, or like comment on Twitter if you want me to DM you. Find a way to get in touch with me, basically. Drop me a message, and then over the weekend, we're just gonna let some peeps in and give some kind of trials out and stuff over the weekend for the next few weeks or so. So going back to this anyway, if anyone has any questions about that, then feel free to ask in the chat, or say, Luke, I'm trying to DM you, but I can't, and I'll do my best to get back to you. But yeah, find a way to get in contact with me. There's many ways. I'm not invisible. If you're interested in joining the crew, and we'll see what can happen with that. Right. What else is there? So yeah, one day at a time. That's what I'm saying about the Taurus sub. Andy had the same. So yeah, it's I guess you're saying you had the same with the longing when you knew it looked bad kind of thing. So it says I need X premium to write to you. Okay. You on Discord? Telegram's Luke Taurus, at Luke Taurus. Telegram, you can DM me there. There's many ways. Shorted 72k, yeah. Okay, what else? BTC looks very bullish. Pubrick says bottom is in. We are pumping. We'll close day green and weekly close above 60k. Maybe we're going into a weekend, so I don't really think I certainly can see us closing the day back inside the range above 56k here, right? And maybe it does close green, that reversal hammer that gives us a couple of days of relief. but I'm not going to get ahead of myself just yet. I think this is the main idea that I'm playing right now, and the one that I have. Yes, I do think the bottom is in or very close now, and I don't think I've said that at any stage during this downtrend. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do not think I've said I believe the bottom is in now. I think I've said it still looks weak, it needs to do more to recover. But yeah, essentially I am kind of looking at this scenario where it does get a reclaim of that 60k, and I think we can probably target something within the 59 to 58k region in order to get those long positions that will possibly take us to all-time highs. I still think we probably go through another month or so of consolidation, so I'm not really thinking this is going to happen quickly because of the damage that's been done on the higher time frames. But yes, certainly I can see this kind of situation playing out where we quite quickly get back within this range and then chop for a while. I guess similar to what happened on this low, what happened maybe even with something like this, where you just go through that prolonged kind of move where there's a little bit of up and down for a while. And yeah, we kind of just take it from there and see how it goes. So I'm just, as always, trading at level to level, see what levels are here, but there's not really a short that you can take, right? Unless you're shorting the very point that we are at this, like literally right now. Sure, because this has corrected the overnight dump, the liquidation cascade. We have corrected that whole liquidation cascade down, and that whole capitulation down by now. So shorts within this area and validation up here actually do make sense. They do make complete sense. To be targeting a short in this area, you're not expecting it to go higher, and then you're looking maybe not even for that like lower low, but just some consolidation here, right? But I mean, if you've taken losses today, I think the worst thing you can do is to try and then flip suddenly, and to then try and short this and then compound a loss in the opposite direction. Like, I just don't think that's a good idea. I think if you've taken losses today, and this is something I'm doing, is stay with your overall, like, stick with your overall bias and just stay patient, and wait for the opportunities to get back into the positions that you then feel more confident about. I think it's very dangerous right now to, if you'd been holding a long thinking range is going to hold, to then try and take a short thinking range is broken, and then it gets back into the range, and then you've already taken a bad loss on what happened last night, and then you're left holding a short underwater on a weekend. Yeah, doesn't sound like a very good idea. So if this keeps on going up from here, is what it is. And we just wait for those conditions to improve again. What I've done, I can tell you what I've done as well. Like I've done some portfolio rebalancing today. I've basically, even bags that I'd made like big losses on and are down really bad, like I've just repositioned and concentrated my bets into stuff that I think has a better chance of recovery than maybe the rest of the market. So I did I posted earlier on Discord again here, so I'll bring back up the Discord. I posted over on here basically just about some portfolio consolidation that I'd done, what it is that I'm now holding, and why I'm looking at holding those assets now. So I can go through a few of those and talk about my reasons for looking at those, if that's helpful. This is looking pretty good. This again is kind of why I wouldn't necessarily want to short this right now. Looking very strong. This is very much a perps-led rally. It's shorts closing. So yeah, it's shorts closing at the moment. There has been a bit of a pickup in spots since New York Open, and that is again because New York, like Nasdaq's just melting up again. So when that closes, like if we're reaching a bit of a local top here, maybe on the Nasdaq, then Bitcoin's probably going to follow that. We are seeing, I think we're going to find that we've had inflows today, which is mad, right? I think we're probably going to find that because obviously a lot of the dump was overnight and then price opens very low and then we're going to get inflows. But that's just because it's cheap. It opened cheap. It opened to a gap down. But yeah, I don't think it necessarily means that the low's in. We'll see what happens over the weekend. Macro fib time mid-July. Okay, there was a fib time very recently as well. Last couple of days, there was a fib time. Oh right, no. Oh yeah, we've got this end of July fib time as well. Just for this local range. So that could be cool. Okay. Yeah, what else? Paulius, why 53.3 was such huge support? I don't really think it's a case of like that was the level that was huge support, because it was a little bit in the middle of nowhere, right? But what it was just a dump that had heavy liquidations. You lose the low when you've been consolidating within a range for as long as it has been, and it's been a slow grind down. When you take the low, it's very much natural that this is just going to like puke through. And then once the selling stops, once all the big liquidations have happened, you get that recovery. So it's almost like the support isn't 53.3 or 53.5. The support is 56 to 58k, right? Limit orders would have been here. This is the support where it is now. But it's that just the liquidations that were hit and everything that has caused the bigger problem here, just to flush those before we get this reversal, basically. Massive strength from ZRO, yes. So this is so I'm I've got some indicators on my chart that I'm trying out. That we may get some like sponsorship for these videos soon, which is cool. Watch this space. So I'm trying out some stuff. Sponsorship for the content is always going to be a nice thing. It helps us, helps me to be able to do more content and things. So yeah, watch this space. But yeah, ZRO. This is my biggest holding. My biggest holding, and I've added to my bags. Yeah, that's pretty fucking great. So yeah, obviously ZRO I've been accumulating at $2.50. We went to $4.20. We dumped. I compounded here. Dumb. Okay, I did that during a stream. I compounded here, which is stupid. But then again, it knocked my overall average up to here, up to like $2.80 or like $2.90, and then I just added more today because I'm like, oh my god, what the hell? Is there a better opportunity right now in the market than this? I think this is proving to be the strongest asset in the whole space, and I'm very glad I was at least right on that. Even if I wasn't right on other stuff, I've been very right on this. So I hope other people are making some good money on this as well. EGLD bounced also, nice. Now on ZRO, once again, I wouldn't be getting carried away here. All right, it's a very nice bounce. We're up about 40% from the lows, I think. 33% from the lows, so we've had a 34-35% bounce. But it's coming back into the launch price. It's coming back into what is now a bearish order block after a change in market structures. So can this, you had the uptrend, okay, you come down, you flush, you take out, if you're looking at this as like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you take out the 4 and then fill the whole imbalance below. And now you're coming back up into what is resistance again here. You also have 618 golden pocket, very, very close. Very, 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 very close. So there's that. There's also that. And then so yeah, just don't FOMO into the bounce. See what happens. Yeah. See what happens. I hope we get some more consolidation. This is one of the ones that I really want to add, accumulate, because I'm very bullish on ZRO. The other ones that I've got, ATH. So I've spoken about this before. Again, full disclosure, I own a node, so I have an interest in this doing well. And that's had a really, really nice bounce today, and it's a very new token. So this is up again since the lows, a 21% bounce, so strength. So I've added to my position there because that's another one that's shown strength. ZK. Now this is going a little bit further down the list. I have a position that's a little bit under on here because I've been buying where the box is, basically. So I've been buying in the box. But I feel this is good, so I've consolidated some positions that just haven't reacted as well from the lows into ZK. Orbi, again, this is very, very, very new. That's not really relevant, but it's just a project that I like. The chart hasn't done anything, so I'm like, cool, might as well just add a little bit onto that. Render, USDT.p. So render being a token that I haven't had for a while. I got invalidated on the long that was here, along with some other stuff, but that was a long position. Now I've started to buy some spot. And there's a few others. A few others, and I'm also looking at some other stuff. 0x0IO, Gala, Aero. So this is looking quite nice. It's quite a nice looking chart. Big correction. I don't think this has done a full market cycle yet, but this could be like a Zeph kind of situation where it just goes to zero. Let's see how it goes with that one. IO being another one. But yeah, just basically today, just spent some time looking at the stuff I like. This maybe was not the right decision, but I bought some because I haven't bought any yet, and it's been on my watch list for a while. That's maybe looking a bit dumb. It's not actually bouncing. But oh no, this is on my watch list. This is to add later. That's what it is. I was wondering, like, why did I buy that? But yeah, that's on my watch list. So maybe I add that later. And Gala is another one. After someone mentioned this on a stream, I quite like what Gala are doing, but it's on my watch list. It's not one that I've been buying yet, but it has taken out once again here. You can see a very, very, very significant low. So new yearly lows on Gala, which is quite cool. Glyph, failed auction right now. Highs or lows? Because I mean, your high could be and your low could be, depending on where this closes, right? Weird how ZK still hasn't reclaimed the pre-dump prices, but ZRO, I mean, we probably think is well above it. Yeah, I mean, different assets show different strength. Like, again, with ZRO, we'd already seen strength from it. It was already like really, really healthy. It was performing very, very well. Whereas ZK hadn't got to that point. I mean, the thing is, it's all about timing, isn't it? A lot of these altcoins, it's just dependent on what happens to Bitcoin if it happens at the right time. So with ZRO, it was fortunate enough to have had a really good run at a time when Bitcoin was relatively stable. This is when we were getting that bounce like the other couple of weeks back up to 64K, and then this just took off then. Whereas because Bitcoin then rejected, you look at something like ZK, which is a very, very similar project, similar valuation. It was trying, but it was a little bit late, and then Bitcoin just ruins it. And you find that that happens, right? So the stuff that's been showing strength already obviously continues to outperform because we're still in the bull market at the end of the day. Like, the stuff that is strong is going to continue to outperform, and the stuff that maybe has not had that strength and not got that attention from the market just struggles a little bit. So we'll see what happens here, but I mean, it's just, yeah, it's more of a timing factor when it comes to alts. You've got to trade alts at the right time as well as get the technicals correct, and then Bitcoin's really the thing that leads everything. You can have solid technicals, solid fundamentals on altcoins, but if Bitcoin takes a shit, then the alt's going to take a shit too, and it's just the bounce back ability of that altcoin that is then slightly different across different assets that have been performing better or worse before Bitcoin took a big old dumpy poo poo. GPU had a really nice bounce from Asia session. Let's have a look at that. GPU USDT. GPU USDT. This Node AI. Oh, I've looked at this before. Ooh. So what is this? I guess this is a new token or something. They've yeah, done something. That's interesting. Anyway, Bitcoin getting a little bit of a drop back down again here. So can we look at Tau here? Yes. GPU from Uniswap. Okay. Cool. Tyco and Tau. Let's have a look at those two. Tyco. Never heard of this one. What is this? This is new. Ooh, give me new stuff. Give me new stuff. Give me new stuff. Tyco. Can't trade on Bybit. Where else is it? Mexi. So is it new? It must be new. Mexi is. Tyco. I've not heard of it. Only a 130 million market cap, so it went down to below 100 million market cap. Sweet. I like it. I do not like the circulating supply. This is a red flag. Only 63 million out of a billion circulating supply. So although it's got only a 135 million market cap, its fully diluted valuation is still over 2 billion. So I'd have to look at the tokenomics of that, where the unlocks are. You know, I did this on a stream, didn't I? The last stream I was talking about tokenomics and how you can find those and everything. So something worth looking into to see whether this will get some continued dumpage or whether it's going to be very, very nice for the rest of the cycle. But yeah, that looks cool. It looks interesting. Tau. Tau again is one that I bought it early. Yeah. I bought just below 300. You guys know that. But again, it's not, yes, I know it went from 300 to 200. It's like 30% down, but when you look at the upside, whatever. Yeah, green on the day, Tau. See how it goes. It's been fudded a lot. So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to buy, because obviously I had this hack that took out the lows, and then it got caught up with everything that's going on today. So not only did like the market had that triple whammy of capitulation from alts, then capitulation from Bitcoin, then capitulation from everything, and then all the FUD that's surrounding that. This was something that had its own FUD. So it had everyone else's FUD, and then it had its own FUD. So maybe that gives you a better asymmetric bet on this, because it's been more FUDded than the rest of the stuff. Therefore, it can have a bigger recovery than the rest of the stuff. A theory. So yeah. Technicals, there's not much to say about it though, is there? Like, what is the earliest chart? Because I believe it hasn't made a new all-time low. It hasn't. Yeah, look, it's there. And we've been speaking about it being there. Now, the reason why I bought here was because it was holding this all-time anchored VWAP. And then it got FUDded. And then it's continued lower. So, interesting. Ondo could provide a good short soon. God, there's a lot of stuff out there. Kalechi Zen. Zen as in Zen Horizon. Zen Cash. No. Just like that was a scam from the 2018 bull market. If this is the Zen you're talking about, this is a scam. It was made by some ex-army guy, and yeah, it was something shilled. Does anyone remember Tika Tawari, Palm Beach Research, the biggest pump and dump research group out there? Who I don't know if he's in jail now or something, but this is a big old scam. Surely people in here must remember Tika Tawari. The good old days when crypto Twitter and crypto was fun, right? The days of John McAfee and Tika Tawari doing his whole like pump and dumps. The biggest, like they were the celebrities of the time. It was good fun. I mean, I might be wrong about this, but I remember this being a scam. So I remember it being a pump and dump scam. So yeah. Billy, this thing keeps going up, waiting for a dump, but I've taken out initial deposit just in case. Is Billy a meme? If it's a meme, Billy soul. Okay, fine, right. Fine. Is Billy a koala bear? By the way, if Billy's not a koala bear, because that's like the perfect koala bear name, what is it? What's that Australian cartoon where there's Billy and he's a koala bear? It's a pup. That's a shame. It should be a koala. If it's called Billy, then I might buy it. I don't know what it is. It's a meme. I'm not going to touch it. I don't touch memes. Oh my God, look at that 4-hour close. Why is my TV suddenly turned on? My TV has turned itself on and it must be saying, "Oi, get your ass and watch the football now." Like, why has my TV turned itself on? Blinky Bill! That's the one. Blinky Bill. I used to love Blinky Bill when I was a kid. Yeah, Blinky Bill. Luke, do you use Market Cipher? No. No, I do not. That's a bloody good 4-hour close, right? Back above here. I mean, it means nothing in the grand scheme of things, but hey, that's nice. That's very nice. I'm gonna hate it if this V-shapes. I've lost too much money for it to V-shape. I want it to stay down here. I need time to accumulate more. I can't get stopped, and then it, like, it's this fucking bit here, right? That it's just like, yo, psych, you're dead. And it's just, don't go back above where my stop loss was. Anyway, don't FOMO into it. It is what it is. But this is looking actually very, very, really quite a good recovery now. I'm not FOMOing into it. Probably rejects from 57. I mean, if it was, yeah, like there's a lot to get through, right? And it's a nice bounce so far, and that's showing us that clearly there is demand here. But man, I hope we just go and take those lows again, or at least like start to work our way back through here. Just a bit of time, but the market might not give us that. Can't FOMO, can't do anything. Gotta just do what you gotta do, right? Gotta. This is an interesting channel. I just thought this looks like it might be a channel. Oh. I hope the Germans lose today. That was not even German. That was French. Wait, are they playing France? Yeah, okay. It was. Yes. I hope the German. Wait, no, I'm. What accent am I speaking in? Right, I'm gonna go and watch the football because it's Portugal right now, isn't it? I'm gonna watch the football. I hope that's cheered everyone up a little bit. It's cheered me up a little bit. I'm not gonna FOMO into this bullshit. It's gonna be a nice weekend. I'm going to a wedding this weekend. I'm gonna be back on Monday afternoon. So. Germany, Spain. Oh, yeah. Yes, I need to go watch the football. Right, I can hear it in the background. I am going to go watch the football. Is it that game that's on right now? What game is on right now? I am distracted, and when I'm distracted, it is then game over. Germany, Spain is on right now, and it's Portugal v France later. Massive recovery from whiff also. Good. Right, I'm not going to look at it. It's whiff. I don't care. Thanks everybody for joining. I may be back on again later on. I'm not going out tonight. I'm going to cry tears of sadness for my losses that I didn't need to lose, because if I just hadn't placed a stop loss, I'd been fine. And yeah, if there is, like I said earlier, the crew memberships are open for a while on the house as trials. That means you won't get access to the educational content, but it's on the house for trials, so you can take part in the community, take part in the trading rooms, all of those kind of things. It just means that the box educational content isn't available, but you can rewatch all the live streams. You can do all of that kind of stuff because they all get posted as well. Drop me a message on Discord, on Twitter, on Telegram, however you can get hold of me. Hit me up in the comments if I'm not done so. I'll try to get back to people over the weekend. I'm not going to get back to people straight away, but just keep hounding me if I don't, because I'm terrible at responding to DMs in general. I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart, so yes. Don't get angry if I don't respond straight away, right? Fucking deal with it. And I'll see you guys. See you on the flip side, when hopefully we have some green candles again on Monday. Have a great weekend, everyone. I will see you all very soon.